Hello and welcome to this episode of Kennedy Saves the World. It's Monday, which means it's Man Day, and the manliest person I know is Big Jim Fela.
Oh,
welcome to it.
There it is.
So, Jim, I'm a little upset today, and I'll tell you why.
Give it to me.
We're not going to see a Senator Markle from California.
What a letdown.
I was reading that this weekend. I was in California this weekend reading that Meghan Markle's name is on a short list, and I'm thinking, no, it's not. There is no list in the world that exists with her name on it in contention for even a one-year U.S. Senate
Her
seat.
name isn't on Craigslist. No list. It's fascinating, though, how this stuff does gain some ground, but don't you consider it a loss for the American people?
Yeah, because I would put her up next to Dianne Feinstein in her current condition and John Fetterman, and I still don't think she'd do as well.
No, well, that's the thing. Apparently, she was disqualified for the congressional application in the fire alarm pulling segment. She couldn't quite figure it out. I don't know. I mean, whatever. She pulled the ripcord on the royal family pretty
really
well.
Did.
Hey-o! I'm kidding. But what a dumb time to be alive.
It really is. But Gavin Newsom boxes himself into a corner because you've got all these people running for Senate for Dianne Feinstein's seat. She said when she was still alive, which was like 7 months ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah. She said back then, God rest her soul, that she wasn't going to run in 2024. It's like, wow, big shock.
Whoa. Well, considering you're not going to walk in 2023, I mean, my goodness. And God rest her soul for real, because the things that make us sad about this, and this is why you and I are so debauched, we laugh as a coping mechanism. When the world is bad, you have two choices. You can process it and become one of those people walking around on the verge of snapping, or you can become one of those people that laugh at adversity as a way of, escaping torment. But I'm so sad when you think about the death of Dianne Feinstein, because you still know reality is we're like a month, 2 months away from Biden addressing her at a public event. We're just going to be like, Senator Feinstein, another great woman who's here tonight.
Are you here, Jackie?
And then
Diane?
And then we're going to have an argument over the context with which he was addressing the dead. I'm like, could her death at least serve as notice that this is not okay?
Yeah, and also, these positions are not necessarily lifetime appointments.
Yes!
Elections are not appointments.
I know.
It's not the Supreme Court. And, the president... It's beneath us.
Yes.
Like, someone's got to have a little bit of dignity. I know Meghan Markle doesn't, and I know...
She would have taken that gig in a second.
She was the only one who put that out there. Like, they had an hour-long conference call with Gavin Newsom because he's like, man, how can I get some rich Brits to bankroll my presidential run? That's all he wants to do. Like, he knows that these two are the dumbest boobs in the bra.
Do you know how they do this, though? Because they leak their own story that they're being considered.
Yeah.
They're like, her name was on a short list. And then you look at the list, it says Emmanuel Lewis, Gary Coleman, Tom Cruise. It's all people under 5'3". It's not an actual Senate show. It's just a short list. You know how they manipulate context?
Greg Gutfeld.
Oh, right there, right at the top. Right at the top.
A great American.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I laugh because that is how this works. It's like, when you read, like, celebrity was spotted.
Yeah.
No one is spotted.
No.
Their publicist gives photos. Okay? My liver is spotted. Okay, a lot of drinking on the road. Stay in school, kids. You go through some dark nights at those La Quintas. Okay, but celebrity is actually spotted.
So our friend Vic was at a bar in Harlem this weekend.
Speaking of spotted livers, oh man, wow.
They call him Leopard Liver Emmanuel.
He was thrown out of the Whalers. Bob Marley stopped the concert. He's like, too much weed out of that guy on the bongos. I'm sorry. The rest of you are fine.
So Vic was at a bar in Harlem. And Kate Moss and Demi Moore walked in with an entourage of 15 and had an impromptu fashion show.
What a country.
In a bar in Harlem. And women just started coming out of the bathroom in designer gear, like walking up and down the middle of the restaurant like it's a runway. And he said
love this.
It was surreal, but also there was no press there.
None.
Like, this is an actual cool event.
Yeah.
And there's not, because anytime you see people together, it's because
life.
Someone has been tipped off.
Oh,
if you ever talk
1,000%.
to anyone from TMZ, they did that once. So my publicist, when my book came out in 2013, they're like, TMZ will interview you about the Michael Jordan thing, but it's got to look like you're just walking down the street and they find you in Beverly Hills. And it was so clumsy and awkward, and I'm so used to talking to the camera and being like, hey, Toad the Wet Sprocket's coming up in 10 minutes. Tune into Headbangers Ball this weekend, that I couldn't have like a fake conversation. I'm such a horrible actor that it never made it on TMZ.
No, of course not, because you'd be fine if you were spotted. Because you have those real chops. But yes, those models wind up there in Harlem giving an impromptu show because it's what they felt like doing, number one. They weren't doing it for publicity. But number two, it's also because a lot of those models are hungry. They were lightheaded. They confused Frederick Douglass Boulevard with Fredericks of Hollywood. They thought they were doing a lingerie show in Fifth Avenue. And they saw Frederick Douglass like, it must be it. They pulled over hungry.
Is this Sylvia's? It's like, no, ma'am.
Excuse me, where's your bathroom? I need to vomit again. It's 2:30. Stop it.
I'm a 4. This dress is a 2. Where's the vomitorium? Do you guys not have one here? Because we have one at the modeling agency.
But real spontaneous life.
Yeah.
That's what we miss.
Yeah, but Meghan Markle, whenever you hear a story about her, you know, it's like, well, she's got presidential aspirations.
Listen, Meghan Markle.
What the hell does that mean?
Yeah.
There's no one on earth. There's no ticket. There's no party.
Yeah.
Their bench is shallow. It's not that shallow.
I mean, I would be insulted if that meant she wanted to sing backup for the presidents of the United States of America. They won't even let her sing a lump. No, we won't even let her sing a lump. She won't even
Meghan, stop it.
We won't
Zip
even.
it.
That's enough out of you, Meghan. But that is how this works. It gets leaked. It's calculated. But what I'm fascinated by is it's sloppy. Do you remember the story we covered where they claimed they got in a high-speed chase with the paparazzi in New York City?
Yeah. And you were going like, okay, 10th Avenue used to have 6 lanes. No. And now it's down to like half a lane because the restaurants, the bike lanes, and the extra parking lane ate up all that. Then you have the UPS trucks that are double parking. There is no way in hell.
There's no physical way.
I would love to get into a high-speed chase in New York.
It's never happened in the history of New York. One guy, like 3 years ago, robbed a bank with a getaway car. He was pulled over by a cop riding a turtle. It wasn't even a young turtle.
Okay. In his defense, it was a tortoise.
The cop flagged him down. Like, woo! No one's going anywhere. But the point is, everybody's trying to game influence by creating these like fascinating, whoa, contexts, but it's all a racket. Meghan Markle's never going to be a senator. Would you stop it?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't with these kids.
So, Gavin Newsom appointed LaFonza. I think her last name's Abortion.
It's like LaFonza Abortion Smith.
Yeah.
I think it's hyphenated.
Hyphenated, exactly right.
LaFonza Abortion Smith, because you have to have a hyphen in their party. Oh, it's so absurd. But what I love about Newsom is not the opportunistic appointment here of the first, not only, black senator from California, lesbian senator, but the first California senator to live in Maryland, which is another, I mean, talk about a pioneer. You don't get a lot of California senators who live in Maryland.
Do you know what I called her on Outnumbered today?
What?
A carpet-bagging abortionist.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. From Maryland to California, so fascinating. But there's an aspect to the Newsom story, and I love it so much. It's like, so Newsom, everyone knows, he's running for president. You know this, I know this. We've talked about this forever.
That's why he vetoed the bill that would make it easy for judges to take custody away from a parent who will not mutilate their child.
Because he knows how disqualifying that is in the general. Yeah. But again, he did it late at night, so it wouldn't sink in and harm him locally. But Gavin Newsom is so committed to not running that he's now debating Ron DeSantis in prime time on Hannity just to show the world how uninterested in the gig he is. It's my favorite thing in the world.
He's taking the second runner-up for the Republican nomination and debating him so they can have like the ultimate big COVID state showdown.
No, this is a thing. Like me and Jenny and I coming up on 18 years of marriage.
That's right.
Okay, next summer. And I am so committed to year 18 that just to show her my commitment, I have rented a hotel with a woman I met on the subway before, just to show how committed I am to the other position. I mean, DeSantis, are you kidding me? Yeah. He's like Ron DeSantis, Gavin Newsom. He's going to release an inaugural address that he would give hypothetically just to show why he shouldn't be running now. Well, this would be
he's going to wear a little stovepipe hat and a beard.
He's releasing a map of how he would win the Electoral College just to show you, along with a donation link, why he's not running.
I am not running. And this map right here, this shows you, because I can win, I'm not going to run.
Now, if you go to Newsom 2024 and make a $50 donation,
you get to see the full map
of why I'm not going to run.
3D. Yeah.
It's all so shameless, but that's the point.
Yep.
We're all Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
We're all Meghan Markle. And it was fascinating to watch her collide with Newsom's world, or pretend to. But in the end, they're the same person.
Yeah.
They're the same person.
You're absolutely right. They're just a bunch of preening attention whores who are empty-headed and have no idea how to fix actual problems.
None.
You think that broad is going to go down to a homeless camp and talk to people and figure out how they got there and really figure out the best way to rehabilitate people? Hails to the no.
The woman who cried when her and Harry were touring a victim of landmine survivors because the interviewer asked how she was doing. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, no one's asked about me.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
So sorry.
We were busy being concerned about these children who are missing limbs.
People are missing limbs.
These orphans, these one-legged orphans who live in poverty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry that we were caught up with them. We really should have asked you in your gilded bubble how things are going.
Everyone would like to walk a mile in your shoes if only they had feet. You know, that whole thing. But that's who they are. They're tone-deaf idiots. They show up to a starving village. They're like, you know, my omelet was so overcooked today.
Yeah. And no one asked me.
I
can't eat ostrich eggs, Harry. God. Let's destroy the monarchy.
They're all racist, you know. They're all racist.
It wasn't King Charles. It wasn't the Queen.
That's the best part about this.
Philip.
Is she's gonna call. This is what's gonna happen now. There'll be a leak that she is disappointed in Newsom. He didn't appoint her because he's a racist. Because they're so lazy, they don't realize he appointed a black woman.
Yeah.
They're like, it's racist that he didn't appoint me.
He just wants to be president, Mr. Racism. Go to GavinRacism.com if you want to elect a racist president.
Oh, man. And you know how this ends. And we know this is how it ends. It ends with her dumping Harry and calling him a racist. It will end that way.
Oh,
like 2 or 3 more years.
She's totally going to dump him. Yep. And then she's going to use the children as leverage. And I feel sorry for the poor bastard because he's going to go over to England with his little ginger balls tucked between his legs. You can take them out of her purse and retuck them.
You think he gets them back?
Yeah.
Not according to the prenup. He does not get him back according to the prenup. Let's get Jonathan Turley joins us now remotely. Fox News legal analyst.
This is a constitutional question, Jonathan. This is a Second Amendment issue because he's got 2 berries to go with the twig. Jonathan, we lost Jonathan. Now, that was weird.
He'll be back. For some reason, his signal went down. I have no idea why. We'll get him back up on the line here.
I bet it was Meghan Markle because she's racist. Well, Jim, we've obviously saved the world from Senator Markle. It's sad we didn't get Senator Oprah. Now we get Senator Abortion.
Yeah, no. Listen, we're $33 trillion in debt without a president who gives away cars. You think it's fancy now? She couldn't even run now because those were electric cars. That would be the Oppo research.
Yeah.
Oprah, wrong for the environment. Oprah would get beat in the primaries.
Oprah loves fossil fuels.
Yeah, she's gone. I am right now. I am going to Newsom2024.com to make a donation in case he runs down the road.
Yeah.
So sad.
Someday, 2028. It's our year. This has been Kennedy Saves the World, along with Jimmy Fallon. I'm Kennedy. Listen ad-free with a Fox News Podcast Plus subscription on Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Prime members can listen to this show ad-free on the Amazon Music app. Oh, go ahead and leave me a review while you're there. I'd love to hear what you have to say. You've been listening to Kennedy Saves the World on the Fox News Podcast Network.